One last shot just to look around. It's kind of empty now after we've cleaned her out. This was Mom's furniture she was kind of proud of. Bought it herself, I think, when she was 18 years old or 20 years old. Here's an old picture that I almost took, but I didn't. It's Judge Roy Bean, law west of the Pecos. This picture was in my grandmother's house. She got it, if you look close, it says San Antonio Brewers Association. I don't know where my grandmother got it, but she had it hanging up along with the picture of dogs playing cards that you see often. This is the one all the kids call the scary cat picture. My grandmother really liked cats. That was one of the pictures she had in her house. Now the walls are just about bare. We've taken nearly everything down. There's the old stove. Mom and Dad paid $10 for that thing in Yoakum. Brought it out here. Did a real good job of heating the house. Old stump Mom brought out of the forest. I don't know how in the world she ever got that thing loaded. Somehow they did. Just a few odds and ends. Old single tree, horse brace. Then the Murphy bed stood there. We've taken it. Tammy has the Murphy bed now. Old kerosene stove that my dad used when he was doing his alcohol back in the 20s. He had a still that, I don't know what happened to that. It was in Midland. I thought about picking it up after Mom passed away, but I think it got sent out in a yard sale. And a few other little table that no one wanted. An Apple Festival sign, mule sign, picture. We got one of these. My dad had those in his room. And the old door, original door when we got the place. I think in 1964 is when they bought this. And of course looking outside. And a chair here. This chair and the little coffee table, get the light correct. If you look close, JVS on it. That's John Stokes. Ann Stokes' husband carved that. Made that, carved it, and made the little chair here, or table that Bonnie's backpack's on. And when he passed away, Ann gave it to Mom and Dad. And they brought it out here. Go back to the bedroom here. Dinette set was also from Ann Stokes. After JV passed away, she didn't need that anymore. Bought some new stuff. Her and her mom moved into a smaller place. They brought it out. And old refrigerator. Don't remember where Mom and Dad got that, but it served us well. See what is now Sue's place. She's buying it. Used to be the old fire department. And afraid we got some stuff stacked around here, but that's Sharon's old dresser. She got that when she was a little girl from our uncle that had a furniture store in Galveston, I believe it was. Some of the damaged wall needs some major stucco. This is Sharon's bed that was part of the dresser. A little more damage on the wall. This room definitely needs new stucco. And this is where they never did patch the stucco when they put the bathroom in. Bathroom, incidentally, was a very nice addition. Really improved things when we were here. Thought about taking this sign. Rissa made this sign for Mom. Don't remember how long ago, but quite a while ago. But it's going to stay, along with a bunch of other, or not a bunch, but some other stuff. This is Sheridan Frank's first dinette set in here. That chair didn't go with it, by the way. Little cabinets that the priest put up when he lived here. Sink that got installed when Mom had water piped out here. And the old shower that we always used just for a storeroom. Old bread box for safe or whatever. I remember getting that when I was a little kid. A lot of memories out here. A lot of memories. Kind of stand back here about the back door and look through. Just kind of look around. Well, we'll head out to the yard here and get a few shots outside. Okay, I'm standing just about where the old community well used to be. We have a photograph of it Mom and Dad took on their honeymoon back in 1934. There's my truck. Also have an old picture when we first bought the place. I think it's Dad's Studebaker pickup parked out there, right about where that is. Mom had the new roof put on. That really helped. The old one was falling apart. And of course Mom had this screened in porch put on that was real nice. And there's the old water tower for the used to be the old fire station here that is now Sue's Antiques. I hope she enjoys the place. I think she will. There's the bridge. This is where the flood came through. And not much left of the old buildings right in this area. That building right there was where Daddy bought the gold pan that I've got at home. And things have changed a lot. There's an old trailer. Another building that was damaged severely during the flood and they're now rebuilding. Get a shot of Main Street here. This is Hillsboro, USA. Bar, post office. Filling station's closed due to EPA rules. Doesn't sell enough gas to make it pay. Well, we'll go get a shot of the backyard. Man, this tree has really grown. Maybe one of these days I'll dub in a picture of when we first got here. See how little that sucker is, or was. Not anymore. There's a screened in porch Mom added. Real nice touch. There you can see new roof. There's the restroom addition. Fire department ambulance sitting here right now. Over here we got the new fire station. Can't be too close. Ought to have good fire protection here anyway. And yeah, we'll shut her down here. I added the fence about 8 or 9 years ago. The other one was falling down and needed a gate to get back in to turn the power on and off when we left the place. Worked out pretty nice. It was a little cleaner, but it's not. Kind of the back of the house here. Gate I added in when I added a new fence helped a lot. The white fence on the other side was added after Dad passed away. Yeah, that's all Sue's property now. Over there is the old storage shed and the outhouse that we used to have to use until the bathroom was added on. Can't emphasize enough how much that bathroom added to the place. Mom really did well when she did that. The old storage shed on the back of the house, that's where the skunk dug in. Got it covered up. The drilled well and the old hand dug well there. Never seen the hand dug well run out of water. And just kind of a general shot. Used to be a lot of cactus there that have been ripped out. Trees and other such. Pretty nice scenery around here. If you like the desert. A little too hot for my taste. Well, we'll go get one more shot from the other side of the backyard. Probably call it quits then. Out of the back of the house. Of course, this white fence wasn't there when we first bought the place. Got a shot of Daddy walking up a little path here. I'm standing just about where the old outdoor toilet was, and he was acting like he was headed toward the toilet. There's a hand dug well. We used to have a frame up around the drilled well. We used a well bucket to pull water out of there. Place is in fair shape, but it needs some work. It needs somebody that can take a lot better care of it than we can. And then you come back right there. That is where the toilet originally set. Once we got indoor plumbing, Mom had it pulled up and just moved right over to where it sits right now. That's it on the other side of the storage shed. And she had the hole filled in, of course. It was underneath it. It was only a one-holer, so didn't do a lot of visiting in there. Should have had a two-holer. Made it more hospitable, I guess you'd say. The gate helped a lot. Although darned old guy we paid $800 for to trim trees and clean up the yard, took the hinges and he hadn't put them back yet. I hope Sue can get her hinges from him. And there it is. That's good old Hillsboro. Had some pretty good times here. But time marches on. Time to do different things, turn it over to somebody who can take better care of it than we can. We're at the log jam area. Can't see the date, but it's April 9th. And it's hard to tell, but there's a lot of petrified wood down in here. Big chunks. There's Chris, my dog. And we'll see if we can find some better photographs. That is petrified wood. Wave, Bonnie! Little shot of the area. Pretty interesting little hoodoos in here. Dog's ready to move on. We're going to go look for some better petrified logs. Shot of the Badlands in general. This little canyon we came up here. We're fixing to head back down and go up the next canyon. We found some pretty good petrified wood. See if we can find some more. One sample of what we're looking at. And back over here, there's one growing right out of the ground. And back up here a little ways, another pretty good sized one. But I think we can do better. A little breezy up here on top. I need to correct the time. That's really 3. There's a big old some of the dead Nazin looks like. Sorry about the zooming. It's trying to do a panoramic. Hit the wrong button. There's that little rock we were at before. There you can see a fallen stump with a real neat looking piece. Right in there. Looks like it's about to fall. And right down there is the family. Continue on. A really neat piece of petrified wood I just couldn't resist photographing. Looks really cool. Almost like it's growing out of the ground. Pretty fascinating place. Here we are. Now I'm going to show you something amazing here. Back this off. This is one big petrified log. All the way from there. Trunk. A bit chunked out in there. It's right there. I'm talking big. And I know you won't be able to tell it from the picture, but I'm standing on another one right here. I mean, we're talking big. This one sort of goes into the ground here. This one, we're talking one chunk of petrified wood. And it is definitely a petrified tree. Look at that sucker. It keeps on going. It goes under the ground right there, but it keeps on going. You can't see the end of it. This is what I was looking for. Okay, in case you didn't believe me, this is the log I was standing on to take a picture of the other log. And this sucker, yeah, it hadn't fully escaped yet, but down right past there you can see the end of it. We are talking mammoth logs. To show you the size we're talking about, there's my camera right there, 35mm camera. Battery's getting a little low. Not going to let me shoot much more. And there's where the trees are, or the roots. Saturday morning, Day Nazin wash. Just give you a little panorama here. Petrified woods back over in that area right there. And zoom in a little more. Give you an idea of what the place looks like. I enjoyed it. Don't know about Christy and Bonnie, but I sure did. Pretty rugged little landscape. And that's the way it is. We're going to head over to the Best Eye now. Made it to the Best Eye. It's not one of the prettier sections, but We'll hike on out there and see what we see anyway. Out of the Bistai area. Little hoodoos. We hadn't found any big ones yet. There goes the travelers. Still kind of nice out here. Hoodoos everywhere. And with that, we'll move on. A little more of the Bistai. Holy rocks. And we have a gateway here. And back over here, we have three intrepid travelers. Some more landscape around here. Rock with hole in it. Big rocks, and a few people, but very few people. Same area, a little different angle. Interesting looking rock. Freeform design. And little goblins. Back at our favorite spot, Silverton, Colorado. More waterfalls that Bonnie found. Really nice in here. And then here's Bonnie taking pictures.
Hi.
We're going to go try and get a few more falls now. Okay, this is waterfall for last year. The darn camera wasn't working right, so we'll try again this year. Really pretty cool in here. Water cascades down over a few rapids. And then we got another major waterfall here. Okay, we're going to try from a little different angle now. Okay, a little different angle here. I don't know if you can hear me over the waterfall. And there's Bonnie. And that's about it. Little shot out here. Pretty good scenery. Alright, this is just a couple of miles south of the Ray. Road right here. Got the tunnel cut. Nice clear blue water. Over that way, that's where we're headed. Next waterfall, just right out of Beret. I think we've got photographs of this one before, but worth doing again. Down into the crevasse. And it is a long way down.
Go down there and have a shower.
Yeah, that'd be a good place for it. And there's Bonnie. And here's Chris. And there's Jennifer. Right in the truck. And here it is, what we've been waiting to see, Hillsboro, Colorado. There's the main street. And the suburbs. And this is the view they have to live with if they stay here year round. I don't know. Pretty terrible. Well, everyone's waiting to go swimming. I guess I'll cut this one a little short. Leave you there with it. Here we are again, Hillsboro, Colorado. This is the hot spring pool. There's hot springs over here. In a minute I'll go around and try and find out where Chris and everybody else is. For some reason they got the big pool drain this time. Don't know why. Looks like they're refilling it. Seems like they drain it once every week or two to clean the algae out, and maybe that's what happened today. Maybe they picked Mondays to drain it, clean algae. Oh, here comes someone we know.
Being the dog go.
Wow. Well, here's part of the rest of the group. And there's another part of the rest of the group. That's funny. Give you an idea of what it's like. And of course the fantastic scenery. Well, we're going to be headed home today. This is one of our favorite campgrounds. South Mineral Creek, just right out of Silverton, Colorado. There's one of the campers there. Christy enjoying a book this morning. And I'll do a quick panorama here so you can see why it's one of our favorite campgrounds. One of these days, I'm going to take a little time and climb some of these hills, maybe spend a week up here. You just don't get scenery like this everywhere. Still got snow. Wispy clouds. And some really jagged peaks. One of these days I'll do some climbing in here. Well, we're going to head back in a little bit.
They're going to be more like, I think they might be somewhere between mine and Jerry's, like the greenish browns.
Yeah, they are. They're like...
Sometimes they're gray, sometimes they're really, really brown.
They're more like a really, really dark charcoal gray. Whoa!
Goodness.
Hey, ooh. Hey, smile for the camera.
Yeah.
That's right. Smile for the camera. Hey, Grandpa.
You're going to be seeing these in about 10 years.
Can you smile? You say, ooh, what was wrong with my face?
You're going to be disappointed if you don't smile.
Oh, it's all red.
Oh, I had bumps all over, and my hair was sticking straight up. Ooh!
Here I am about 5 or 10 miles out of Junction, recording this for the people who think New Mexico has dramatic thunderstorms. Just going to record maybe 30 seconds or a minute of it here. Can't see many actual flashes. I want you to notice that the sky is almost always lit. I mean, we're talking just about continuous lightning here. Just look at that. That's really amazing. I can't tell. I hope it's coming out. Can't see much in the viewfinder. Every once in a while, a flash will come on like that. So I'm just kind of pointing and guessing. Anyhow, I guess that's enough. I wanted you to see just what a real thunderstorm can be like. Okay, enough of the thunderstorms. Here we are at the ranch. This is the little tank that was built, about 2 years ago. I'll go get the book, check it out, and tell you exactly when. Just a little brief look around. Show what the place looks like. Also got to get the Ford pickup in there, of course. Cows are all in the pasture back that way. Can't see them from here, but we'll get a shot of them on the way out. And move on down the trail. Perspective. Figured as long as I was here, I'd get a shot. That's the pasture back in the background over there. That's the tree I started the picture out with. There's the truck. Just a little shot. See what everything looks like. This is a south pasture on the East 40. By the way, that first tank was built in 1990. New tank's just right over this little rise right in there. We're going over there in a few minutes. Beautiful day out here today. Must be about 65 degrees. Just a tad windy, although kind of comes in gusts. It's slowed down a bit now. This will be a real nice pasture here someday. Just continuing on. And the tree line gets almost up to the fence here. I'm standing just about on the fence line. There you can see the truck parked next to the fence. That's old Jim Berger's land over there, and a few of his cows. One of these days, our pasture is going to look as good as his. We're at the new stock tank. Got some buzzards or something circling here. Maybe they think I'm dying. Anyway, got several of them floating around. Looks like they're drifting this way. Hope it's not an attack. Back to business. This is the new stock tank. Right in here. We'll get a shot from right there on the levee in just a minute. I'm standing just about in the middle of what's going to be our newest pasture. Just give you a little panorama here. Remember what it used to look like. Hopefully in a couple more years it'll look like a real nice lush pasture. And the last shot I took was from way back about in there, just about where the trees are back over there. And I'm roughly 300 yards from the fence line that way. That's looking south now. So we'll continue on with our journey. For the tank now. Turned out to be much nicer than I expected. That's looking back across our newest pasture. I was expecting the tank to end right about in here. The main gully is just to the right of the picture there that we were trying to stop the erosion. At the recommendation of the Conservation Service, they said go ahead and block up this. So we ended up with a nice little patch back in there. According to Don, it's 10 and 12 feet back in there, deep. So there's a heck of a lot of water in this tank. Nice looking place. Back out here a little bit. Keep on with the panorama. This is a deer blind they've set up on top of the dam here. That's looking back toward the panhandle area of the ranch. I'm going to wander back in there a little. The old stock tank's right back over there. We'll be there in a little bit. Get some shots over there. And this is the arroyo that I wanted to try and reduce the damage to. So we'll continue with our odyssey. Back up the little creek from the dam. As you can see, it goes a pretty good ways back in here. You can just barely make out the dam through there. And the sucker backs up in this little creek here. I say creek, it's a draw is what it is. But anyhow, doesn't end until right down there. So that is a pretty good little bit of water in here. By the way, Don put in 300 catfish. The next year the fishing ought to be excellent in this thing. This is the old lake here, almost completely, well, not almost, it is completely taken over with lily pads. Don says cows still drink out of it some though. This was a nice swimming hole. Of course, the new one looks like it's going to be a pretty good swimming hole too. Still, ever start spending a lot of time up here like I hope to, I think I'll revitalize this pond. Sure had a lot of fun here. It's where we used to picnic. There was a table and benches under there. Vic had a barbecue pit set up over here. Had many good times here. Neighbors to the south here. Maybe Chris would be willing to move to a little place like this. They got him a nice little pond over there. And you can tell the difference between our property lines, I'm afraid. Here again, we're in the south pasture. New tank is just right over there, right back in there. One of these days, maybe ours will look like next door neighbors. One last shot of the old home place, and I gotta head out of here. Used to be the house there, not anything left. This is just begging to have a runway installed here. And that's what she looks like. Gotta get on the road now. We'll see you later. Thanksgiving Day. There's the bird. There's Mom. There's the dog.
Hey, look, you're so funny.
Michael Urban, 107 Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He said that 30 something hot his people said here, came over in vans, they were buying vans, took them out to a fancy restaurant in Dallas, fed them all the biggest lobster they could find, and when the check came, $2,000. He was reaching in looking for it, and he looked all around the table as relatives, and what did he get? Great lobster, Michael. Nobody paid a dime, but Michael Urban tells it much better. Yes, you gotta be sure.
Yeah, Dad, get a good shot of his little cowboy suit.
Oh yeah, it's Dallas.
Cowboy.